out the sky onto my heart to cover up what I don't wanna show. I let you in deeper than I let anyone else before. Loaded up with my broken pieces, took them all and made them yours. Didn't know what my heart be needed, skipping out, no I can't keep score. When I lose my breath, boy, you got me breathing. Oh, every little thing you do, every time you hold me, take me higher, higher. Every little thing you do, every time you hold me, take me higher, higher. Oh, you take me higher, you take me higher, baby. You take me higher, you take me higher, baby. You take me higher, you take me higher, baby. You take me higher, yeah. You take me higher, baby.
Welcome to the premiere of Thursday Night by the Progressive News Show with Let's BS3. I am your host, Marlon. We are back, or at the very least, I'm back. We got a lot to talk about. Where we've been, why we have so many replays, what's going on. I can't speak for the rest of the group. I can only speak for myself. And for myself, to be honest with you, it was more of a mental crisis. It was a breakdown. Now, granted, it wasn't the whole take me away and blah, 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 and everything like that. It wasn't that bad, but it was more of the depression part of the situation where you just did not want to do anything. It was too much going on personally. It was too much things going on socially, too much going on politically. And before anybody even asks, we're not going to discuss the situation that happened yesterday because that was part of the issues that I was having. And I did get to a point where I just did not want to do it. I just didn't. I would physically be tired the closer we get to the time of the show. I would physically get exhausted. I just didn't have it in me to get on here and talk about yet racism, sexism, homophobic, Trump, Musk, the White House, ICE, deportation, everything else. Okay, Diaz just let me know that he won't be able to come on today. So let's hope and see if Anna come on today. If not, we can carry on. This is just the first episode of Thursday Night Vibe. Speaking of that, why the change to Saturday and Sunday to Thursday? Well, because of scheduling issues between all three of us. We just don't have the scheduling time anymore for a weekend show. At least for right now, we don't. That could change in the future, but for right now, Thursday looked like the best time to do it. So we decided on Thursday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Nothing really changed except for one big piece of news for the show. Basically, we are going to combine Saturday Night Vibe and Radical Truth to Power. We are going to talk about social issues. We are going to talk about everything that's going on in this country and around the world. We are going to get into it. And we're still going to have fun with a whole bunch of Reddit stories and see how crazy some people are out there. And trust me, I still been doing that on a basis, which means I may need to stop doing that because I think that was messing with my mental health too. But Nevertheless, just to clear up everything, yes, this is a live show. This is not a rerun. I have never done Thursday Night Vibes. So this is the first episode of Thursday Night Vibe. Yes, I am real. And just to make it clear, let me go ahead and get through some comments here. Afra is here. Said, hey, yeah. And to make it perfectly clear, I said, welcome back. I helped. This is, and she still couldn't believe it. Marlon, yes, it is me. Uh, I can join sometime. Well, thank you, Afra. I appreciate it. I would love to invite you on. Just let me know. Right now, it looks like the schedule is going to be Thursdays at 8 o'clock. And we'll discuss a whole bunch of other stuff too. It don't just have to be Reddit story. We can get political, which is funny for me to actually say that because I know we haven't been on a long time, but I also know I haven't forgot how the show works. And we always get into political stuff. We always get into social stuff, even on the Reddit stories. It just happens. Um, Afra comes back and says, "Oh, I'm sorry. I completely understand. There's nothing to be sorry about. Um, it just it happens. It is completely my fault because I didn't take care of it when I should have, and thought I could rush shot my way through it, and it didn't work. So it just got to that point where it was like it. I knew it was going to start getting bad when it went from I don't want to do a show to I don't even want to put a show together, and that's when it was like, okay, I need to step back for a bit. Anna has her own story. Theus has his own story. In. I'm not willing to share it because it's their story to tell. Theus will not be coming on tonight. Anna, I haven't heard from her yet, but she has a doozy of a show, something to talk about. Um, you mean James Earl Jones? Sure. Let's not talk about James Earl Jones. Um, yeah, we're not going to talk about James Earl Jones. Wait a minute. He literally just said he's not coming on.
I wasn't gonna come on. This shows how much I love you, man. I'm on here trying to get over this cold. I ain't cut my hair. I got glasses on. You know what I'm saying? But I was like, let me jump on for my man.
Well, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. I haven't done anything spectacular yet. I was just explaining. Would you want to explain to, or you want to keep it to yourself, which is also fine too. Um, the reason for your absence from the show for a while.
Well, I mean, everybody who watched the show know that if y'all ain't recording, I ain't recording. So that ain't hard. But then also, I got 2 kids in band, so my schedule is just not mine. Once we get into football season, I don't own my schedule no more.
So yeah. In case you did miss it, I was just letting them know that I had a mental issue situation, and I just decided, once I got to a point where I was physically too tired to get up to even do the show, I just stopped. Take a seat back, take a seat, and everything else. And I remember saying that to a lot of people. We on this show talk a lot about social issues, and we don't hold back at all. And it just got to me, and I do remember exactly what it was. This when it hit me. It hit me when it got to the point where I didn't care no more. And that's not me. Now, take my word for it. There's some things I just don't care about, such as the subject I said we're not going to talk about what happened yesterday because I just don't care. Because it's too deep, too long. I don't care. I just don't.
So is it that you don't care, or that you? Yeah, because I think that's the one thing, right? And I'm sorry, I know you don't want to talk about it, so I'll talk about it. It's all about the angles that people take at things, right? Am I overly concerned? No, because to me, this is a celebrity that is a victim of gun violence. But I'm very much concerned about gun violence. I don't care who's on the receiving end.
Mhm.
So that concerns me, right? I care. You know, he was, a self-avowed enemy of my community and people who look like me and people who don't even look like me, but are just trying to figure out a way to survive in this world. So I really, like, I'm not gonna lose no sleep. But the fact that this violence thing is just escalating, I think that should concern us all. It's because it won't stop. Like this is going to escalate. And facts don't matter. Facts don't matter. We are past that point. Because you look at it, the entire like the location that it happened, that don't speak to anybody who's like non-white. You know what I'm saying? The politics of the area doesn't speak to anybody who's non-Republican. Everything points a certain way, but that doesn't matter because people are angry and people are afraid, and so they will latch on to whatever they latch on to. Like I'm already hearing that there are threats being called in against HBCUs.
Yep.
Like what we got to do with this? Like legit, we're the main community that ain't got nothing to do with nobody right now. You know what I'm saying? But we're catching those strays because the hate is the hate. You know what I'm saying? It didn't matter what happened. The facts simply don't matter. It was the fact that people already have a vehicle of outrage, justified or not. And this was something that would allow them to vent their anger. And so that's what's happening there. So yeah, that's what I would say on that. Like I really wish people would kind of I don't stop saying it like that. It sounds so, I don't know what it sounds like, but it don't sound good. But I feel that it's important to look at whatever's happening and find the lesson or the message that is of use to your interest in your community. So I'm saying on behalf or with the interest of, the Black community in particular, and then so many of the other communities that have similar concerns or struggles, the event is the event. There will be more, unfortunately. This wasn't even the first one, right?
Right.
So that part is that, but things I would like for people to hone in on. The outpouring of support from a community that really, really, really lives in anger and hatred, but they saw someone they are passionate about taken from them, and they immediately rallied to make sure that if nothing else, that family will never be in financial straits again. Right? They rallied as a community to make sure those children have educations, make sure that the bills are getting paid, make sure that that the spouse has room to grieve. Whatever you feel about that other side of the equation, that is a showing of love and concern for something that they care about, and that's something we can emulate. We're not the aggressors, but we are oftentimes the victims. Our communities should be able to model some of those same behaviors on a more consistent basis. So I would like take that lesson from this. Look at history. History will show that, you need to be more cognizant of the words that you choose and the statements that you make, especially in these times like this, because you're venting your frustration, but to someone who's hurting, you're actually picking a wound. So now you are contributing to the outrage that brought you to your outrage. And there's nothing good that comes from that. No one should be celebrating this. No one should be finding any joy in this. You just shouldn't. If anything, don't feel anything, right? Like that's where I would say, like, if anything, don't feel anything. or maybe have some compassion. It doesn't matter that he didn't have compassion. It doesn't matter all the clips that show that he didn't believe in empathy and all these things. What do you believe in? What is it about you? What type of person are you? What kind of person do you want to be? Focus on that and feed the part of you that you want to grow. You know, so these are like things that I wish people would slow down and kind of take from this. This ain't about that dude. That dude's gone. Like, he's gone. But his legacy, we're gonna wrestle with that.
Yeah, I think that's where I'm at. And this right now, I know I haven't said this in a while since I haven't been on in a while. But you know the part where I always say I don't condone it, but I do understand it. I can't even use it on this situation. Because I don't have enough information. The conspiracy theories already started. We talked about it on the group chat about.
No, I'm just saying, like, what more information do we need? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm speaking selfishly from where you and I sit, right?
Yeah.
This was not one of our players. This was not someone that we follow or seek knowledge or perspective from. So maybe I'm off, but I'm like, this was a prominent individual. This event happened. What more details do I really need, right? Like,
I guess because I want to make sure I don't fall down this anymore, but it's just too many still conspiracies out there. And I want those to really just either make it a fact or stop it.
All right. So here's what I'm going to say to you, and it's everyone out there. If that's how you feel, and that's a very realistic thing to feel, y'all got to let that go. Because that's your curiosity that's speaking. Is not anything else, because it doesn't benefit you. There's zero benefit, right? No matter what happens, there will always be conspiracy theories because we live in an age of conspiracy theories, right? Like, if somebody tripped on camera walking across the street, there will be 12 different theories
about how it happened.
Right? Wait, did the video just skip? I think that's AI. Somebody actually ran out there and tripped him. Like, this is the land that we live in. So if this is someone that you personally cared about, like, for example, one of my favorite celebrities is Mariah Carey. So if something happened to Mariah Carey, I'm gonna feel that. When Kobe Bryant lost his life, I felt that hard, right? I don't know these people personally, but these are people that I'm attached to, right? They're celebrities that I love. And so that's the energy out there, folks, for people who are really, really distraught over what happened to this man. And if you can't respect the man, like, I don't respect the man, but if you can't respect the man, you should at least respect that part of it, because that part's human, right? Don't lose your humanity, even when you're in the fight. Don't lose your humanity, because that only hurts you.
Yeah, now that's one thing that I've always said. Don't celebrate somebody dying. I mean, like I said, I don't care. But I'm not going to sit here and throw a party, and already the jokes are all over Facebook and everything else. And it's like, yeah, I saw this coming. Like, you just needed one person. But for me and myself, I don't celebrate things like this because I don't like the guy. I don't like what he said. I don't like the things that he done. But he was a husband. He was a father. He did have a family. They are going to miss him. So, like you said, Theus, just have some compassion.
Yeah, or even if you don't, right? Because I'm gonna sleep good tonight, okay? But even if you don't, what I caution is, like, Once again, think of who you are. Don't lose who you are. Okay. You're going to have to change some things about yourself to get through this season that we're walking into. Okay. Because a lot of you are in emotional distress right now, not because of this event, but just period what's been happening over the last 5 to 10 years. You're in a lot of distress. I'm in a lot of distress, but a lot of it is because we're wrestling against what we don't want to be true. And we're wrestling against what we have to do, what we have to change about ourselves in order to rise to the occasion that we find ourselves in, to whatever capacity you play, right? I view myself as playing at a higher capacity. So part of my struggle is I'm not playing my role, right? Because I know there's trade-offs that come with that. But wherever you sit in this, that's probably part of your struggle if you really slow down and think about it. You're being forced to change on terms that you didn't set for yourself. And that's human. It's real. Acknowledge it about it so you can work through it and you don't, really cause more harm to yourself than necessary. But the other side of this, what I was getting at as far as like that human side, yeah, he's a husband, he's a father, but so are clan members. You know what I'm saying? Like for real. Yeah. But it's like the loss of life due to violence that did not have to go this way, right? There are far worse people on that side of the equation, so to speak, than this man was. So why did this man get singled out? Why did this man have to lose any opportunity to redeem himself, right? Like, so even if you can kind of look at it like on a X's and O's dry logic kind of way, or even another one, and this one's going to step on some toes, I imagine, for people out there. People say, shh, Theus, let people enjoy themselves. And I get it. And that's why I don't really speak a whole lot on these things right now. But consider what you're finding funny. Consider what you're finding funny. These memes and stuff, pardon me, that are floating around, really stop and think about it. Because the opposite of those memes exists. And I'm sure you're probably offended by them. Mm-hmm. Right? When they did what they did to our brother Ahmaud Arbery, how would you have felt about memes picking on him? Because they were out there.
They were out there. Yeah.
Right? So it's like, wrestle with your humanity, folks. Because we need you. We need you. If you are a rebellious fighter, we need you. If you are a conscious thinker, we need you. If you are an emotional or empathetic voice, high EQ voice, artist, singer, designer, whatever, we need you. We need you to play your role in this thing, And I just really hope you don't lose yourself along the way.
All right, I'm going to take myself down because there was a question for Afra, and she said, Theus, what is your background? So I'm going to take myself off to make it bigger.
Well, before you do that, Marlon, don't drop off just yet because I need to drop off because my fan just kicked on and it's loud. So give me just a few seconds. Okay. I'll be right back.
All right.
As soon as I learn where these buttons are on this thing.
There you go. So Theus will be back, Afra, to answer that question. OurUnitedCore.com is his project. And he is back. So I'm going to drop off so he can explain the background and the organization and everything else.
All right. So, Alfred, thank you for asking the question. And I've really been wrestling a lot with different things as it relates to Our United Core. So Our United Core is my organization. It's a community development organization that I started just over a year ago. And we've already gone through a few iterations or adjustments, if you will. And now I'm in the midst of another one because, reasons, right? So Our United Core, we focus on helping people see each other again, rallying the community. Core, C-O-R-E, that is a nod or an acknowledgement to the civil rights era from which the community I am most passionately attached to comes from. It's not about CORE itself, which is the Congress of Racial Equity, which focused on voting rights, for those who may not know. But it's about that era. What CORE actually stands for me is communities organized to reinforce excellence. So that is working with seniors, working with our children, working with our men, working with our women, working with us as an entire community. It gets even broader than that, because you got the core of it all, which is the Black community, simply because that is who I am and that's where I come from. But within that community, we have all aspects of humanity, right? We have mixed people, we have LGBTQ or queer individuals, we have people with different levels of ability or disability. We have everything about us. We have those who speak another language, those who come from another land, all of these different things. But what we all are is we're still Africans. We still come from that central root. But then beyond that, you know, my vision, my dream is that we build this community and we learn how to have shared sacrifice and have mutual benefit and love and concern for each other. The best of our history, let's bring it forward, right? And I can talk about it ad nausea, but I don't like talking by myself. That's why I don't record. But part of the broader vision is, let's get this community piece stronger, and then we'll work with other communities. So imagine an OUC, it wouldn't be OUC, but imagine an OUC for like the El Salvadorian or the Latino community more broadly, right? I'm just gonna make up a name and call them La Raza, right? And they do the same kind of work in their community. And then you have the Jewish community doing their thing, and you name it, right? But now we come together for projects and interests that overlap. And so if we're always talking about, or people are always talking about, and I'm talking fast because I'm trying not to stay on it, but people often talk about, we got to come together, right? We're all one people, we're all humans and all that. Yeah, that's true, but we all humans don't get along. So I would love to see where we strengthen our community, we build our community, we form our community, we love our culture, we develop our culture, we protect our culture, and we do it in partnership with other communities and other cultures so that we can come together to make things better for everybody. So that's our United Core. And thank you for the question. Sorry for the long answer.
I did that on purpose. I just knew it's been a long time since you've been on the show. So I know I just wanted to get your vocal cords ready and everything else. We may have somebody coming on in a few minutes. Not sure yet. We'll see. But without further ado, let's get this party started. All right, our main story for the first hour, which may not even be the first hour, because that's also a change that we're going to be doing on this show, is we're not going to be doing 2-3 hour shows because we're in the middle of the week now, so we can't do that no more. So, but let's go ahead and get into the first hour. It's a two-parter, and just to get everybody's thoughts on it. My wife won't shut up.
My wife will not shut up. I'm not talking about your usual chatty Cathy. I mean, she almost literally will not shut up. She will talk continuously from the moment she knows I'm within earshots. Not just in the same room. I mean, as soon as it's reasonable to assume that I can hear her. She will not stop talking until I'm gone. And sometimes not even then. On more than one occasion, I've gone to the bathroom, turned on the loud exhaust fan, taken a leisurely dump, and then returned to hear her cheerfully engaged in the same conversation she was enjoying before I went in. She also refuses to use the exhaust fan when she's in the restroom because it would prevent her from being heard. So I get to hear all the bathroom noises on top of whatever Homeric epic about her friend's cousin's girlfriend's hairdresser that she's blathering on about. I once drove from Tampa, Florida to Chicago, Illinois with her. Before we were married, I'm such an idiot, without saying more than 10 sentences. She didn't stop talking the entire way. The entire way. Television on to a show I like? Psh, that's not a problem. She'll happily turn the volume down so it doesn't get in the way. Passionately hugging? That's the perfect time to tell me about how Olivia Newton-John still has the leather pants she wore in Grease. And she, brace yourself, still fits in them. Really? Needless to say, we don't go to the movies. Ever. I've been shushed out of too many theaters. I get it. She grew up in a huge Italian Catholic family in the Bronx. If you don't talk loud and constantly, you don't get to talk at all. I, on the other hand, grew up in a Scandinavian family with 2 children. To this day, I'm not sure we ever had a conversation in our house. I actually often wonder if that's what made me attractive to her. I was taught to politely listen to people and then wait for them to finish before replying. She never finishes, or takes a breath, it sometimes seems. So to her, I'm paying rapt attention to her no matter how much she talks. That's not true, though. Another difference between people of Swedish heritage is that we don't use filler words for acknowledgement. No uh-huh, or yeah, or oh my god needed. A nod of the head every 10 minutes or so is all you need to convey your attentiveness. I think it has a lot to do with living in the frigid north. You keep your mouth open as much as my wife does, and your teeth are going to shatter from the cold. To her, that's like being in the room with a dead person. She's always stopping to ask, "Are you listening?" Or say, "You never pay attention to me." Or even quiz me with, "What did I just say?" I've become an expert at storing the last 2 to 4 words she says and parroting them back at her. She'll be like, blah, blah, blah. And then she told him that she wasn't taking that kind of BS anymore. And I'll go, that kind of BS? As if I had any idea what kind of BS it was or who it was that wouldn't take it anymore. And she'll say, yeah, and think that I've been paying attention the whole time.
Please, I'll let you go first on this one.
Yeah, I don't like this dude. I get that he's a quiet person, but you dated this woman, proposed to this woman, married this woman, and now you pretending that it's this big shocker that she talks too much. People do change. I get it, but obviously she hasn't. I don't like him. And the main reason I don't like him is because he's being very disrespectful towards her. He's not saying that she's changed. At no point in this has he said that she has changed. Right? All he said is, yo, this is just the overload. It's too much. Okay, well, then you need to draw some boundaries with your lady. You need to let her know, like, sometimes I just need my own space. Or sometimes we got to have some quiet time. Right? And y'all work that out. Stop being a coward. Y'all hear me say this so often in these relationships. Stop being a coward. Why are you scared of your woman? Talk to her. You know, give her a chance to respond, because that's what your real issue is. A lot of you guys out there, you're scared of your woman, not because you're scared you're going to upset her, not because you're scared that she's going to get mad. You're scared of the conflict of having to listen to what she has to say. That's what you're scared of. Stop being scared of your woman. Talk to her. But that's why my thing. I don't really like him. I don't like how he's rolling with this. You know, have the conversation with your lady. You know, now her talking while y'all passionately hugging. Either she's like an awkward person and that's how she breaks awkwardness, or y'all just ain't compatible.
I want to give this man one thing through this whole conversation. There's a part 2, but I told you it was 2 parts.
I missed that part.
Is one thing about this dude that I give to him, and I'm pretty sure because I think Afra got to the part that I was thinking about. Ooh, I'm gonna need you to turn that damn fan on and do your business, and then we can talk later. But what we're not gonna do is hold a conversation while you doing your thing. That's not happening. It's just not.
That's not what I heard. I heard she's in the bathroom having a conversation.
No, she's in the bathroom. Don't turn the fan on because she's afraid he can't hear her with the fan on. So she's still talking while she's in the bathroom through the door.
Working through. Yeah, okay.
And all this other, we ain't finna do this.
Yeah, that's on him.
That we ain't finna do this. Now I'll just give you that. Now the rest of the stuff, Afra and Thea's hit it right on the mark. You didn't know this before marriage? Because if you're getting on my nerve before marriage, I'm not gonna marry you.
Or you need to have a conversation.
Or hold a conversation. And this is just my opinion. While men don't have a conversation with their girlfriends, a lot less with their wives. Well, a lot more. I don't know. A lot less with their girlfriends or significant other. So men and women. Because you feel that'll be the end of it. Without realizing that everybody ain't made for everybody. It's just, that's not how the world functions. You get with somebody, you may feel some love and everything else, but at some point, certain things, people come in your lives for 3 reasons. For a reason, for a season, for a lifetime.
Man.
Don't make that season thing your lifetime, and that's what this dude did.
Nah, I think he's selfish. I think most people are selfish. Like feeding off of what you just said, right? People don't want to have a conversation because they're afraid it'll be the end of something. Nah, man. 9 times, because you have arguments with your significant other. We all have arguments. The only time is the end is if you date a cat like me and we still in the dating phase. Yeah, wrong argument. We good. Hey, you know.
Yeah.
But if you're in a serious relationship or you're married, you're not going to break up over an argument. You're not going to break up over a difficult conversation. That's a cop-out that people use. The reality is people naturally do not like conflict. But you're robbing the other person. You're literally doing a disservice to your partner because they may think everything is okay while you're the one secretly seething inside. And then when that finally hits, either 1, you're going to destroy them, or 2, you're going to cause them to start doubting themselves and they're going to start changing their behavior just to try to avoid conflict with you. And now the relationship is completely off balance, right? So it's like if the most fair thing you can do is be respectful, but have the conversation. And one of the first conversations we absolutely have is, I don't care what you want to talk to me about. It can wait until you're done.
Right. Yeah.
Like, I don't know about you, Marlon, but like when you go in the office, you go to the restroom, public restroom, right?
Mm-hmm.
I come from a school of thought. I don't know if it's from the generation we came up in or what, but I don't care if we were in mid-conversation when we got to the door. The moment we cross into the bathroom, there's no conversation. I got nothing for you. I'm in here to handle what we got to handle. And as we walk out, then we can start talking again. But there's a cultural shift because I interact with mostly people who are not of the same background of mine, and they were trying to talk to me.
Are you doing a number 1 or a number 2?
Number 1, I don't ever do no number 2 at work. You know what I'm saying? If I do that, please believe ain't nobody gonna be around me because I'm in crisis. You know what I'm saying? But number 1, but it's just a matter of, okay, so I'm not talking to you while I'm in there for one thing, because what do we have to talk about? We're in the bathroom. And then second of all, I don't want to breathe any more than I have to while I'm in the bathroom. I got my mouth flapping and taking all this atmospheric nonsense into my mouth. Oh, no, we is not. Go to the bathroom, wash my hands. Let's talk when we leave.
I will stop talking.
Thank you, Afra.
Saying directly to me while I'm to the bathroom. I was just thinking, if we talking about the number two and somebody wants to hold a conversation, like,
oh, I couldn't even imagine.
Bruh, no, because you're treating us like we're at a dinner table. We're not doing this.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine. I don't know. I would say something really mean.
Yes, you would. Let's go ahead and get to the other part of the story. My wife will not shut up.
I joke about it a lot, but it's actually getting to the point where it's a problem. Our son is 7 years old, and he's developed a pronounced stutter because she interrupts him constantly. Growing up in her house, if anyone paused for even a millisecond, that was grounds for talking over them. And you talked loud so they didn't finish. My son apparently inherited some of my less staccato speech patterns, and she basically just used that to interrupt and take over the conversation. It got so bad that he started automatically stopping and restarting words, even when he wasn't being interrupted. I didn't know that was considered a stutter until we went to one of those parent-teacher night things, and a teacher listened to my wife and then turned to me and said, "Well, at least now I know why Josh had a stutter," just like that. She failed at least one job interview because of this. I know because I lined it up with a business acquaintance myself. He called me up and said sorry, but he just couldn't take being in the same room with her because she would not stop talking. We're rarely invited for a second couples date. She monopolizes the conversation every time we go out with other people. Who wants more than one dose of that? You're probably wondering, well, have you told her about this? Yes. Many times, sometimes jokingly, sometimes with utter seriousness. Her reactions vary from anger, talking louder, higher, faster, and using more swear words, to tears. She's the only person I know who can carry on a totally unrelated conversation while sobbing hysterically. The one thing that doesn't happen is her talking any less. I try not to let it get to me. She's a very affectionate woman, loves me to death, mother of my child. Pretty as the day we met, prettier even. We still get plenty of alone time. Granted, she won't shut up while we're doing it, but I'm pretty busy, so I don't notice as much. But it does get to me. It's selfish and shows a lack of self-awareness. There's a time and a place for enthusiastic conversation, and that's not always and everywhere. I know the answer to the problem. I have to talk back. In effect, the only thing that possibly could shut her up is for me to do the same thing as she does. I would have to interrupt at the slightest pause. I would have to talk louder, yelling if necessary when she tries to interrupt me. I would have to learn to use Italian hand gestures to emphasize my points and chop off her objections. But I'm not Italian. I'm a waspy, pale dude who grew up in a household that would have made a mortuary sound like a middle school cafeteria. 12 years of this has finally pushed me to the brink. I'm not sure if I can take it that much longer. I'm just not sure if I could get a word in to tell the judge why I'm there in his divorce courts. My wife wouldn't let me.
So, yeah, same thing. You don't want to talk. You trying to come up. You're trying to play her. I ain't even gonna say game because she's just being who she's being. But you think that's the only way you're gonna hold a conversation with her is to talk as much and as loud and everything. You knew this before you married her. Sorry. And you still married her. You knew this. So I don't know what to tell you, bro. I really don't. But you do you. You dealt with it for 12 years. And now you can't take it no more. And now it's affecting your son. And now you're on here. Huh? Perhaps. So That's all I gotta say about it, dude. I have no advice for you. None.
Yeah. I would say it's better chances that his dynamic with his wife, because he probably doesn't hide his contempt very well, probably impacts the kid as well. And scapegoating her for being a talker, I don't know. I think that sounds like a little like he's covering for himself, because you notice he's not the bad guy in nothing here. So the teacher at the school, no disrespect to the teachers, that's not the same as a speech and language pathologist, whatever the right term is. Take the child to an actual professional if that's what you think is going on. But yeah, 12 years, it's a good run. It's a good run. Didn't work. Grew apart. There you go.
Right,
But I bet you he doesn't want to do that because she's pretty and she's nice and she loves him. Even though the way he rattled that through, the way he like tied that together in his little essay makes me think he's the kind of guy who thinks that his wife believes he walks on water. So all he can do is see what's wrong with her, and he can't see nothing that's wrong with him. He's not seeing what she puts up with from her point of view, having to deal with him. That's why y'all don't hear me come on here complaining about my wife. One, because that's tacky, and two, because I know I give it as well as I get. I am not an easy dude to deal with. So it's like he doesn't seem to be very self-aware either. So yeah, I mean, like, 12 years, it's a good run, man. That's a good run. It's longer than most jobs.
That's true. Theory out there, he's about to cheat, or at least already is. Forgot I could use my computer. LL slow, shaking my head. For some reason, Afra is like behind us on a lot of stories. So see if she can get herself together. Meanwhile, let's go on ahead and pay those bills. Don't forget to go to patreon.com/Tracy Media Fan. Help support Tracy at all of her endeavors. Please not forget to go to Anna Hart's website, BorelliEtc.com. Learn something that you didn't think you need to know, but you should. Please do not forget to go to Thea's Complex Mind Simple Man on YouTube, Complex Mind Simple Man, and a new sponsor. In case y'all don't know, Foxy is my wife. Foxy has decided that she is going to do a positive YouTube video. If you please go to Kim Foxy Gma on YouTube. She is starting a YouTube channel for more positive stories and things like that. Something we obviously know nothing about on this show. But she's going to take the reign and do her thing. So Kim Foxy Gma on YouTube. My wife, she is going to start a YouTube channel herself. I'm going to run her through the reins of StreamYard, get her up and running, and more details will be coming out soon about that. If you need to reach me, you can do so at radtp@outlook.com. That's RADTP@outlook.com. And let's go ahead and get into the Mama Heart Hour. I have no idea. No, I'm live. Oh, she's live. Okay. Well, meanwhile, I'm trying to wait on Afra to come on for the first time ever on the show. So just waiting on her. Well, what?
Well, I can't be here all night, bro.
We're not.
So,
That's
like,
why I'm not playing that's why I'm not playing the second song or any of that stuff. So that's why I'm going to Am I the A-Hole? All right, let's go ahead and get into it. We have been off for a long time, so let's just go ahead and give us a real easy one. Change his wedding date.
So my 31 female younger brother, 28 male, is getting married this October. Cool, I love that for him, but they chose the second weekend of October for their wedding, which is the exact weekend I've gone on my annual solo cabin trip every year since I was 24, which is 7 years. That trip is how I recharge. No phone, no people, just me in the woods, and my Kindle is basically sacred. When I saw the save the date, I immediately called him and asked if they could move it to the following weekend. He laughed at first, then realized I was serious and got kind of weird. He said, we already booked the venue, vendors, etc., but like it's still months away, and they're not even having that many people. I reminded him that everyone knows that's my weekend, and I even declined a friend's birthday trip last year because it overlapped. My mom tried to mediate and told me to just skip the cabin this year, but why should I rearrange my life for their decision? Especially when they didn't even ask if the date worked for close family before locking it in. Now they're mad because I RSVP'd no and told them I'd be unavailable that weekend, per tradition. His fiance texted me something snarky about, sorry, our wedding is inconveniencing your forest vibes. I like her. I just think if they really want to be there, they would have been more thoughtful. Am I really the a-hole for protecting my peace?
So if I may, first I would say, yo, that's really dope. The individual sabbatical thing, I'd probably go nuts out there in the woods though, so that wouldn't be a good fit for me. But I think it's pretty cool. But yeah, you are definitely the hole in the rear end because, dude, you legit are just being a butt. You know what I'm saying? Like, they didn't plan their wedding around my weekend. Oh, for shame. Right? Then don't go that weekend. Go another weekend. That you're so hard up about that particular weekend that you can't move it to another weekend or another month indicates there's something about that weekend that you're not talking about. Right? Or you're really just that selfish. And if you're really just that selfish, don't go. You obviously don't care about your family as much as you insist your family care about you. So,
I'm still kind of mean, so to speak. I'm working on it. I haven't got there quite yet. But if you're telling me you're gonna miss my wedding because this is the weekend you always go to the cabin to decompress, you've been doing it for 7 years, can't see myself caring. I mean, I heard the part where they got bad because I RSVP'd no. I'd have been like, okay, well, you didn't check with the family. I'm not going to check with the family. This is my wedding. I'm not going to check with the family to see, are you doing something spectacular on that day or something like that? No, my wedding. I'm paying for it. She's paying for it. We paying for it. All you got to do is show up. And if you don't want to show up, cool. Obviously, going out in the middle of the woods with a Kindle and reading is more important than your family. That Thea said correctly, that you want to care about you more than you care about them. Okay. Well, now we know. Now we know. Nobody's going to change a wedding for you. So everything is out there now. Everything is out in the opening. And for the first time ever on the show, Afra, sing hello.
Hi.
Hey, smiley person.
Look at that. Wow.
You have an amazing smile. Go ahead, baby.
Thank you. This is like of all the days, I'm like sleep deprived and a mess, and my ring light's broken. But I'm like, hey, I'm here. I'm enjoying you.
Well, we appreciate it, and I feel you because I'm sitting here. Y'all never see me in glasses, and but that's this guy. I care about this guy, so here I am.
Look, I had to make myself come on. It has nothing to do with my mental health. I'm a lot better, but it has something to do with physical health because I got off work yesterday in a warehouse and then drove 3 hours to the beach to be with my wife,
Oh.
and then drove 3 hours back. I'm freaking exhausted. No, I'm gonna pretend this is the second hour. I'm fucking exhausted. I'm so tired, it ain't even funny. But I said, if I miss this show, then I'm gonna mess it up again. I'm like, nope, go ahead and do it. But bruh, no more. We ain't going on a day trip right after work. Not happening. But anyway, Alfred, did you listen to the story? Do you have anything to say about it?
Yeah. Yeah. I
Okay.
mean, are you the a-hole? Absolutely. Absolutely you are. You know, I hear about people and their creature comforts and you're used to your routine, but you're taking it way too far. Like it's literally a special occasion, which means you do things a little bit differently than you do on your normal routine 7 year. I mean, it sounds like there might be some OCD happening. And I mean, I have some OCD issues, but that's taking it a bit far. And yeah, it's so funny. So one of my good friends, I'm not going to say the name, but this is years ago. One of my good friends sent an email out like, "Oh my God, guess what? Like he proposed. We were going here, and we stopped by the jewelry shop and this, whatever. Like really excited to meet and another friend, and." The other friend, so I'm like, oh, congratulations. That's great. Can't wait to hear all about everything or, whatever plans. And the other friend is like, oh my God. Yes, like whatever. Oh, I know the exact place you need to go. Like you're like, you should have it on this day and don't have it on that day because I already took my vacation for such and such and da 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 da. Oh my God, you can have it at so and so's place or whatever this weekend. That particular week would be great and blah 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 blah. And I was like, just went in in this group email, and I'm just like,
You're not getting married. We're getting married.
You don't know how this marriage thing works, do you? This is what's so funny. Then I'm gonna move on. This is what makes it so funny when I hear stories about people who jumps into other people's weddings and you can't wear that dress and I don't like that cake and you need to have it on this date and you need to have it at this church and everything else. I always wanted to ask them, do me a favor, answer a question for me. So you want to you want to make all the decisions for my wedding. And if you get married, you want to make all the decisions for your wedding. Do you see how that sounds? You want to make decisions for everybody's wedding. I just need you to show up. Seriously. Be there. Oh, here's a thought. Or don't.
And this is why we shouldn't have weddings. Cancel all the weddings. Look, we're all on the same page. We can get rid of all the weddings. Weddings are unnecessary. They're just unnecessary. Do you? You do. Do you? You do. You're married. Good luck.
yeah, see, that's why I didn't get married because they ain't canceling my damn wedding. Okay, you can cancel the wedding. We'll cancel the whole fucking relationship. Bye.
March just isn't good for me, Maybe y'all should do it in June,
Have fun.
Nobody wear no damn suit in June. Shit, it's hot as hell. Anyway, positive story of the week. This is a two-parter. The first one is not the positive story of the story. The first part is just giving you the introduction, okay? My fiance does not have maid's honor.
My fiance and I are recently engaged and have been together since we were 18. She's not the bridezilla type, but she has imagined a nice wedding. She's not very social and has no sisters or female cousins, and as a result, she has no bridesmaids. 0. I, on the other hand, have a solid group of boys to be groomsmen, and they're already talking about a bachelor party. My fiance won't have a bridal shower or bachelorette party or anyone to go dress shopping with, etc. It's really bringing her down, and she won't even talk about weddings. Once she said between sniffles, "Can we just sign a paper at a courthouse?" But I know neither of us really want that. I have suggested having my sisters and cousins as bridesmaids, but they don't really know her well and likely wouldn't want to. How can I help her? Relevant comments. You can have a nice wedding without bridesmaids and groomsmen. There are plenty of options between that traditional scenario and just signing a paper at the courthouse. I thought about that. Like, if she doesn't have bridesmaids, you can't have groomsmen. I understand your boys are still going to do the bachelor party and all the things, but like, you can't. OP says, I'm thinking that'll be my only option. I just don't want my fiance to feel lonely. Another comment. I wonder if she was really joking about signing the paper at the courthouse. Personally, I've always envisioned having a discreet wedding like that. One idea for compromise would be to just have you two and witnesses at the courthouse, then have a larger reception or party where the lack of bridesmaids wouldn't be so obvious. Your friends could play some kind of special role even if they don't have a parallel on her side. OP says no, she wants a wedding. She's just been saying recently that she doesn't deserve one.
What?
I didn't learn the hard way. I'm waiting for part 2.
Afra, I think what she is saying is because he has all his friends, his family, his loved ones, his tribe, and she don't have anybody that's coming. Not to the size that the groom has.
Yeah.
Then I'm having a wedding, but I'm showing up because I'm the bride, not because I want to celebrate with a big group like what you have, because you got, all these people. So do I want a wedding? Yeah. I always wanted a wedding. Do I deserve one though?
So simple solution. The solution is so simple. I'm not gonna say though. I'm not gonna say because I'm supposed to be behaving. This is the good story.
This is the good story. So let's just go ahead and get into the second part and see how everything changed.
So no comment? Okay.
I got nothing. You can.
I can?
Oh,
I
yeah,
can comment. Well, okay, I don't know what's going to happen, but I would say I think some of the things they were saying might work. Like, basically, you're joining families, right? You're joining friend circles and families. So, you can make it so everyone can participate. Either just be the two of them, going up for that part, and then everyone, there share the space. Like, it's not you're on this side if you're the groom and you're on this side if you're the bride. Like, just be together. I think that would probably be the best thing to do. And then everyone can celebrate together. And now, and I mean, that just sounds so sad that she's saying like she thinks she doesn't deserve a wedding. I think they need some therapy beforehand too. That's just my thought.
Yeah, her backstory has got to be interesting.
Yeah. The only idea, and I'm not saying after that you're wrong. The only idea that I did have is just to have a small get together, get married, and then have a hell of a reception.
Yeah.
So nobody, your co-mingling happens at the party.
Right. That's what I mean. Like, like it doesn't have to feel like I'm here for her or him. Like they can just be there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They're there, they get married, then hey, let's go get drunk. So,
well, not drunk for me. I don't drink.
Okay.
Anyway, let's go ahead and get
married though. I mean, it's a different kind of party, ain't it?
Oh no, I've never drank in my life.
That's good.
Fantastic.
I cannot say this.
I'm still the life of the party though.
I can see that because you haven't stopped smiling since you've been on the show.
Hey, keep smiling. Either whatever face you want, rock that face. But I know I done drank some stuff in my time. I done made some mistakes.
Let's put it to you this way. I'm not even gonna talk about it. It's just say that, okay?
But you said it's supposed to be a good story, right?
But it is a good story. Let's go
And
ahead.
I'm not even gonna go left field on y'all. I'm not even gonna do it.
No. Let's go ahead and get to the second hour. I mean, the second part of the story. The good part of the story.
Did not expect to update this fast. Did not expect to update at all, unless something miraculous happened, and it did. In short, I have the best friends in the world. I read through a ton of these comments, but not all, over 1,000, and decided to look for my fiance's box of wedding planning stuff because I had a suspicion. Inside the box was all these magazine clippings of a big church wedding, flower ideas and stuff, and then I saw pictures of the dresses. They were all big, poofy, ornate things that don't seem akin to my fiance's style at all, but they're similar to the dresses my sisters wore at their weddings. Then it all sort of clicked for me. My fiance probably doesn't want a church wedding or any of these fancy trimmings. She's trying to win my family's favor. The hell? I really should have noticed this earlier and gotten more involved. I know. My fiance flew home on Thursday to spend a few days with her dad, Father's Day weekend and all, and I couldn't go because of work, so I was alone until this morning. So, real late at night, I called up my buddy Ravi, 26 male. Ravi's my best man. We've known each other since we were kids, split up when we went off to college, and reconnected 3 years ago. We moved to South Carolina so I could join the company he works for. I just opened up to Ravi. It was really late, but he listened to me anyway about my worries about my fiance. He said that it was very likely that she was trying to curry favor with my family, but she probably wasn't going to admit it that easily. He said he'd talk to her. I told him that he barely knows her. He said not to worry and that he'd be around tomorrow evening. My fiance came home happy. She always is after seeing her dad this morning. I went off to work without asking about the wedding, and she set off to work on her writing. She's off for the summer. I got home early, and at like 5 p.m., Ravi came to my house with my other good friends, Carson, Andrew, and Tim, 23 to 30 males. I know all these guys from various places, and we're all a solid group. Still, this was unexpected. Ravi came up to my fiance and said that the guys were taking her wedding dress shopping. We were both freaked out as hell. I had no idea this was coming, and my fiance looked like she wanted to crawl into a hole and die. She whispered to me, "They won't like me." Is this you, Candy Thunder? This was written by Candy Thunder. And I urged her to just go for it. Ravi reminded her that he has sisters. Carson's been divorced, and Andrew has had his fair share of girlfriends, so they know dresses. Plus, he already has a lady friend that works at a small boutique where they'd try first. She still didn't want to go. And then he said something like, "Hey, you're marrying our best friend. Don't you think we should get to know you and make sure you're not a ghost or something?" He's not great with tact. But she chuckled a little at that and gave in. They were gone for a while and came back an hour ago. They didn't find a dress, but they looked around at stores for a while, and fiance found a style she liked, not the poofy ball gown style. They also went out for ice cream, and when they walked in the door, she was joking and laughing with them all. I hadn't seen her so happy in a long time. It was amazing. Then we all sat down together, and Ravi asked her to talk to me about what's on her mind. I still don't know how they got her to open up. She whispered that she didn't really want the big church wedding, but she just wanted to wait a little while and plan a small ceremony for just the people we really care about. I was all for it, and I told her not to worry about bridesmaids or anything. It could just be us. She said no. She wants her dad, the guys, and my family to be there. Andrew, a kick-ass guitar player, said he'd put together a band for us. He asked my fiance what her favorite song is. He'd figure out an arrangement. This is the kind of question she usually dodges, but she blushed a little and actually told the truth. Panama by Van Halen, if anyone cares. Girl knows how to rock out. This was the real sign that she's starting to trust them. I don't think anyone knows her favorite song except me and her dad, who bought her Van Halen CDs growing up. I told her I'd call my family and tell them the church wedding's off. If they make a big stink about it, I don't care. I'm sorry. I have my bros and my beautiful future bride. That's all the family I need.
Aw.
That was nice.
That was sweet.
Nice, out of left field. Didn't see it coming. Yeah, those some bros right there.
Yeah.
Those some bros right there. And it was more like, you know, look, you don't have to be shy around us. Basically, you don't have to be shy around us. We're gonna like you because our boy like you, and we trust our boy. So yeah, we good. You don't have anybody, we here, and we'll take over. So that was a cool story. It really was. I liked it.
Yeah, that was cool. That was cool. But see, this is what I would have done. It would have been the wrong answer. It would have been wrong. Right? But I'd have been like, we're gonna elope. Right? We're gonna do this thing where it's like, it's me, my future bride, and then if she wants anybody else, she would name him who it would be, or we work it out together. You know, So it'll be her dad, most likely, and then probably like my parents, right? If that's how it rocks. Otherwise, it'll just be me and her. We have a whole destination wedding, the whole nine. I wouldn't even have a bachelor's party. It would be none of that, right? It'd be that, just me and her rocking it out. And then when we get back, then we can have a nice social event if she so wishes to do so, right? That way, I don't need because really a bachelor's party is overblown anyway. I could do it before, or I could do it a month after. It's literally the same guys hanging out anyway, So no, because we ain't got to get into a whole bunch of debauchery, So I would forego like all of that, and it would just been me and her. At least I would have proposed it to her, see what she really wanted to do. But I guess I don't have that kind of. I mean, I'm introverted to an extent, so my circle is pretty. Was that why you laughing at me? I know people. I know at least 6-7 people. But
it was the introvert part that got me, bro. I was like,
no, I am. I don't really like. I don't like.
Okay, on this show, you're not an introvert. Okay, on this show,
I'm very shy. I overcome my shyness with outgoing behavior.
Afra, take it away. Bro.
Oh boy, no, that was okay. I'm sorry. The introvert.
I don't know how to feel about this right now.
You're not an introvert on this show. I'm not being mean to say take it any way you want to, because that's mean to say, but you're not an introvert on this show.
That's. I mean, I know. I don't know what to say. Listen. People can present different ways, I guess.
Maybe not introverted. I'm standoffish.
That. Yes.
Okay, I'll give you that. All right, there you go. I'll give you that, bro.
Yeah.
Then leave me the fuck alone. Yes, introvert.
Yeah, if I'm comfortable with you, going wide open. But if I ain't just picking up new friends. I don't need it. I don't want
I can see this about you, Theas. You may be an introvert out in public. You may, keep to yourself and things like that. But when you're on this show allow you to let loose. Remember,
I ain't talking to nobody. I'm talking to you.
Exactly. That's what I mean. When you're out and about with everybody, you may be an introvert. But you also know we have a group chat, and y'all blazed this group chat all day. Like, bro.
That's different.
I came back to like 15, 20 messages. I'm like, bro, I'm not going to read all this.
So Afro, since he out here airing laundry, right? Because you ain't supposed to talk about the chats. But anyway, it was because we have heavy conversation. I don't engage in the chats very often. So when I do engage, you're always on serious topics. So those are going to be multiple things. And then I actually had somebody who was chatting back with me. So we were like going back and forth, Yeah. So we're having a really good conversation. So it seems that way. But you should see because now I'm going to do some snitching. You should see when Marlon get to chatting with one of our other friends, I had to turn my alerts off. Because them two get to talking and it's ding, 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 ding. I'm like, y'all couldn't even have read what you are responding to that fast. Like,
it depends on what we're talking about. I know who you're talking about. It depends on what we're talking about. And you'll be tripping too sometimes. You'll dip in and say something, and then we know you went to sleep. So
yeah, my funny sucks. And then I go to bed at like 9 o'clock. So y'all get to talking at 11 o'clock at night. I'm like, yo.
Well.
Yeah, I'm a night owl. Although I am, like I said, I am sleep deprived. So so part of why there was a delay was because I was sitting with the phone, like typing something to you, and then I like dozed off for a second. While Theas was talking about something, I can't remember. I can hear it in my sleep, like in my dozing. But it's like, oh wait, let me finish what I was doing here. And like I said, that's why I forgot I could get on my computer. I didn't have to wait for my phone to finish. When your CPU is not complete, it's buffering. My brain was buffering. But yeah, on the introvert. Okay, I can say this part, and I'll go back to the wedding thing. I am a performer, right? I sing, I go, I'm like, in front of people, and then I talk to people. My personality here in, like in person, online, when I'm typing, whatever, it's the same. It's consistent across all mediums. I can be quiet, not I'm a talker. I'll just say that. I'm not like the one from the other story that was just a lot. Although I don't know how much I trust the guy, because he sounds like he's just setting up. He sounds like he just setting up a reason to be like, yeah, I told y'all. See, I had to drop her and get with this other one.
Get out of there, man.
Yeah, he sounded like he was just he sounded like he was trying to set up his case. But yeah, I mean, saying all that to say, like, you can be introverted. You can be an extroverted introvert, or you can be an introverted extrovert. Like when I'm out, when I'm on, I'm on. When I'm out, I'm out. But then I have my time that I'm, by myself, quiet, reflective. I'm creating, I'm reading. Like I'm quiet. And then when I get around people, it's like, oh my God, they let me out. It's like maybe I'm over, like maybe I'm talking so much because I haven't been talking much, until I got around people. But
I can dig it.
Yeah,
because like me, I'm incredibly serious. Like the topics that interest me are very serious. So there's not a lot of people who I can have like I'm hungry for conversation. Like I'm hungry for like serious, deep, multifaceted conversation. And there's not a lot of people who do that. And there's not a lot of people who got a time for it, even if they can do it. So when I get a chance, I'm on, right? But if people are talking about sports, or they're talking about movies or music or any of the other things that I simply don't have much interest in, then I'm just like,
no, I'm talking about everything. We could be talking about a movie. I mean, I'm trying to remember. It was something probably a day or two ago, maybe last night. I was performing last night, and I could be talking about a song, whatever. And this is what I mean about what I'm saying. They're bombing people in Palestine, blah, blah, blah. It's like, how did you jump from this to that? Oh, I know. I went to a cigar bar or something, whatever. And then like the guy, I would think I said something about, I can't remember what we were talking about, but then I said something about the Big Bang, and he was like, wait. How did you go from this to that?
I have to disagree with you. I have to disagree.
It was disagreeable.
I'm gonna tell you how you jump from subject to subject. You've been watching this show enough. We haven't stuck on a damn subject in years. Years. We hold 4 subjects. We don't even know what the damn original topic was.
The wedding.
See? And we don't want to remember. We have done this on this show for so many years. We can listen to a show about a bird that was on its last leg and then came back to life and flew away. Somehow we got on Palestine and Israel and Jordan. What? How? Mm-hmm. And we don't question it.
Hey, Tracy.
Consciousness.
Tracy on here. Hey, Tracy.
Where's Tracy?
Hello, Tracy.
Oh, okay. Let me see. How do I okay, there I can see it now.
See, I do this now to make sure everybody know we're live. This is well, Afra is on the show, so obviously this is the first time Afra's been on the show. So yeah, we're live. But anyway, I'm going to stop interrupting. Go ahead. Let's talk about the wedding situation.
I was just gonna say, I thought it was. I think that's sweet. I think that was really sweet. I thought he said something about having sisters, so I was actually wondering, like, oh, if it was gonna be something like the sisters were like, oh, now you're our sister. But that was really nice that the guys like jumped in. I mean, that honestly, that's really all it's about. It's like you're joining a community, a family. You know, like you want to feel cared for and welcome, and I think that's really what it's all about. You want to feel comfortable, you want to feel accepted, appreciated, you know, like you want to feel safe in a space. And it's really, you know, it's really lovely that they took that was a sweet story that they took the time to like talk with her, and she felt their genuine, you know, like their sincerity, and she opened up. Because I mean, you would think like, okay, well, why wouldn't she do that with her fiance? Well, obviously she, you know, she cares about him and loves him if they're getting married, right? But I think sometimes we still can, I mean, I can say it like as a woman, you know, like you're still kind of like looking like, okay, are you going to think I'm weird some point soon, you know? So that was really nice that they had that was like very empathetic.
Yeah, and I think it really goes a long way, because she got him, right? But it's like when your mom or your dad says you're beautiful or you're smart. Like, yeah, thank you, you know. But this is your best friends. These are your brothers. So them accepting me is more important than you accepting me, because now I know I belong somewhere. See, I know I belong with you, but do I belong in your world? So when they accept me, now I belong in your world. It goes a long way. So having a brother that had like that high level of EQ, and he could like pick up on it and be like, you know what? Because he's probably that quirky friend anyway. Like he's the life of the party wherever he goes. So he's like, yo, I got this, bruh. I got this, right? And it worked out, you know, because I was like going dress shopping with the dudes. I can't even pretend to be interested long enough for you to do the dress shopping. You know what I'm saying? Like, we would say we go on dress shopping, end up at the bar eating wings, or you know what I'm saying, going for a walk. We would never make it to the dress bar. So now we would definitely be in community, because I'd be like, all right, now, like, sis, when we go back in there, we got to have the same story. So yeah, I think that's why, like, I don't even have nothing to go sideways with. I mean, I could, but I don't have nothing I can go sideways on the story with, man. I think it was just really good. It gave her what she obviously needed, and she's probably comes from a world that is of no shortage of love, because she seems like she's definitely got a loving support system, even if it's just her dad. She's got love. But coming from a small family group and moving into a large family group is very daunting, because there are dynamics to big groups that, you know, it's like trying to join double dutch and you ain't never did it before. You know? So yeah, I like how the story turned out. Finally, you put a good story that didn't involve something crazy.
Tracy, so is this going to be the normal day? Yes. If you haven't heard, for me, yes. And Anna too, because she agreed to it. I know she's not here. She said she's going to try to make her way on real quick for the last segment. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just going to say, Afra, thank you for coming out of the comments and into the real world where we get to see you and interact with you. Your spirit shines through. So just welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much. Marlon, thank you for being the leader that you are. You never give up on your people. You try to find a way. I appreciate it. And But for real though, I'm gonna drop off because I gotta get up at 4:30 in the morning.
Oh God.
So
All right, man, no problem. Like I said, this is going forward 8:00 Thursday. So there you go.
Afra, have a good night. Marlon, have a good
Appreciate
night.
it.
Everybody out there, y'all have a good night. Talk to you later.
Bye, Theus.
Bye, Diaz. Tracy, snap, my podcast moves to Thursday in June 2026. Things can change between now and then. I'm just saying for right now, it's Thursdays at 8:00. So we can get a regular schedule. So maybe things are changing. We'll be back to the weekends. I kind of doubt it, but we'll see. And we'll work something out. We always do. But anyway, that's all you have for us, Afra, about the wedding.
I mean, that was a good story. Like Thea said, like you can't dig that. I mean, you couldn't even get Thea to dig around that one and find something. That was super wholesome. That was really nice.
Actually, Theus could have, but I was assuming he would come back and go. So you trust your boys enough to go with your fiance?
I saw he was about to, and it was like,
I thought that was the route he was going to take, and he didn't take it. So cool. I'm glad he didn't poo-poo on it. Appreciate it, Theus, that you didn't do that. Thank you so much. So, but I thought that's what he was going to do, was like the whole, bro, you gonna let your boys take your fiance? How well do you know your boys? I don't know about all that. Bro.
See, yeah, you could, but I was like, I felt the spirit and the sincerity of it felt like it was a nice caring moment, and you got to have that.
Practically though, if you look at it practically, this was a smart move to do, because now they know going forward it won't be any harsh, something in the way of that group thing, like, hey, let's go out. I don't know, because I don't know if your friends like this. So I was like, let's squash this now.
Yeah.
Like, you know how we feel. We reached out to you. We took you so we could do our thing. Also, let me say this real quick before we get into Foxy's video, because it was a small segment that we did not touch on. Is this woman is so introvert, she is willing to change what she wanted her wedding to be just to have family members like her, because it was close to what she liked. Woo! In the nick of time, because I was running out of subjects to say. Anna, my love.
Hey guys.
Anna!
Hey, no, baby. Oh, it's so good to see your face. I sussed you out. I closed the door, so stop it.
You just wanted to say hi.
It was kind of a thing where it's like she was so introvert that she wanted to change everything that she wanted to match his sisters.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even her style. It's like, I don't know if this is something that you want to do. Like, maybe you need to go talk to somebody. Anna, what is bothering you?
My dog just walked into the door, like expecting it to open. She just boom.
Oh my God, poor baby. It's too clean. The glass is too clean.
One moment.
When I say I want to come in, I want to come in.
Yeah, you poor thing.
But anyway, let me finish.
Oh my God.
But it makes me feel like she made
Right, yeah, I'm on
with somebody. She on a roll. Damn door.
Cussing her out.
Cussing the door out. Damn door.
Oh
Who
god.
told you could close the door completely?
Okay. It's all good.
But
Sorry.
it makes it sound like she may need to go speak with somebody if she's getting to the point where she's willing to change her likes and her wants to have somebody else like her. Because it's a huge difference between puffy dresses and you didn't even get your dress from a bridal store. You got it from a regular store because it was your style. You know what I'm saying? So it's like there's introvert and then there's wow. There's I personally don't know how to change that. And I'm not even gonna get on the group because he's like, I should have known this. I should have known. I'm like, I don't know, bro. She's not a very good communicator. And that's her, but she's not. She could have communicated that. Well, some big ass dresses. And she ain't say a word. She just like, well, I'm just gonna change my whole style for your family.
There we go. Yay, I can have volume.
Oh, where'd she go?
And she drops off. Alrighty. She can have volume, but no picture.
Oh, no.
Anyway, we're gonna move on so we get on up out of here because
Okay.
I ain't got work tomorrow, but I want to sleep late. Foxy's videos of the week. Oh boy. She's been waiting on us. Mafia Video of the Week nomination coming soon. Boy.
What? Where? Everything has changed on StreamYard on my end. Like, wow, I'm looking around.
It has changed to the point where it's like I don't like it, but I could get used to it. But it's like
Okay, yeah.
It was easy for me to move things around and pictures like that, and now I really can't because it's like I'll get used to it. Anyway, I wish this was here. Let's go ahead and get the serious thing out the way.
Sure.
Looking into the mirror.
To the white people saying that the Black History Museum has an overemphasis on slavery, what part should they focus on instead? The part where black people got restitution? Because that never happened. The part where black people got reparations? Because that never happened. The part where black people got their 40 acres and a mule? Because that never happened. The part where black people had their civil rights protected right away? Because that never happened either. In fact, it took until 1965, and even then, those civil rights are slowly being stripped away, case by case. If you don't like that a museum about black history focuses on the countless ways that white people in power have stripped away basic humanity from black people for 400 years, here is an idea. Stop suppressing basic humanity for black people, pay restitution, pay reparations, protect civil rights, and dismantle the white supremacist infrastructure that sustains to this day from the legacy of slavery. You don't get to violently enforce 400 years of white supremacist policies, profit off of them, make generational wealth out of them, sustain power from them, and then look in the mirror and get offended by what you see.
Well said.
Anyone y'all can go first. I'll go last on this one.
The only thing that came up with me so far is that, unfortunately, he was saying you don't get to have all these things 400 years, Unfortunately, we did. We still do. We are still in such a motion of white supremacy. That's what's driving the whole MAGA crowd. Even though a lot of them don't admit it, but We know. And yeah, I'm glad to hear that there are people out there still talking about restitution, reparations, because that does need to happen. I really, if we are to have any kind of a country after this whole flirting with fascism thing, we have to go back to our original sin, and that is slavery. We have to look at it. Otherwise, we are just dooming ourselves to walk right up to the same path over and over. And it's not good for my cousins. It's definitely not good for the Black community. You know, America is supposed to stand for something, the shining beacon of freedom. Bullshit. Until we can actually stand 10 toes down and say, yeah, we fucked up. Big time. We tried to hold up this, we are the land of the free. Don't look at the slavery over there. It's always been what's the word? We've always had such a duality in our identity. You know, anybody who is American and whatever, you've had to hold two different realities, at least two, to really know what America is. And we have to come to terms with that. We have to be able to say we're sorry. That's what I got so far.
Yep.
I met. He said a lot. I saw that clip a couple times. I'm like, I feel like I gotta run it back again. But I mean, he didn't say a lie. There wasn't a lie in there.
Nope.
And I mean, man, okay. I can tell you this. I can go deep into this stuff. I ain't gonna go deep because you said you gotta go to sleep. But what I can say is, you know, you're talking about original sin. The land of the free. They think it's the land of the free because they got it for free. They got it for free.
Absolutely.
And it wasn't free. They stole it.
Yeah.
You know, they stole it. You know, the blood in the soil and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Tracy's funny. The blood in the soil. I mean, sorry, I'm laughing at Tracy, but this I'm not gonna talk about. I'm not gonna talk about people that we don't want to talk about because they don't exist. You know, literally, you don't exist, right? But what I can say is this idea that you can steal from me. You can steal from me, you can kill me, you can, you know what I'm saying? Then you can like torture my children, you know, have them, you know, and relegate them to nothingness and, you know, make it like they're, you know, they're such pests for begging for your scrap that actually don't even belong to you to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
The ire that you feel toward people that you have taken everything from is insane to me.
Yeah.
It's completely insane. You know, it's like literally you kill, you rob, you steal, you know, and then you're like, how dare you? Oh wait, we made the rules. You can't do these things. That's bad. No eye for an eye. That's bad. Turn the other cheek. This is not the way. This is not what America's about. Yes, it is. That's the American way.
Yeah.
The American way is to take, is to steal, is to burn it all down. You know, like that's the American way. That's the part, that's the quiet part. I mean, that's really loud. That you don't want to say. You do the things, but you don't want to say that. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like, of course, I live here. I don't want to see things. I mean, I'm here. I'm in DC, by the way. And when I tell you, like, I'm in DC, I'm not on the outskirts of whatever. I'm right in it. When they were doing those, when they were posting about the checkpoints.
Mm-hmm.
Well, first of all, I didn't even know what was happening. I was here inside my place working on stuff, but they're around the corner, and I'm not being like figurative around the corner. I mean, like if I walk to the end of my block and I turn the corner and walk to the next block, okay, sorry, maybe one more block. They were 1.5 blocks, so 2 blocks away.
Okay.
And the White House and all that, you know, they're right there.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm from New York. Like I'm from New York, so it's 9/11.
Yep.
I work, you know, I'm telling on myself a little bit, but I worked in Wall Street during 9/11. I didn't get into work that day.
Yeah. A lot of people
You
do.
know, I'm just saying, like, I'm always in the thick of all the mess when not if, but when it comes back to us, you know, and no, we ain't the us that are making these decisions that are hurting people. But because we're a part of this collective, united, when it comes back to us, we don't get to call it how it comes back to us. You know? And it's a win. It's a win, not an if. I don't know how long this thing is going to last. I don't know how long it would. 1776? What did Thea say earlier? 12 years was a good run.
Mm-hmm.
Is it 250 years next year?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how we're making it through. We're not even 1 year into this fucking presidency.
Mm-hmm.
I'm exhausted. I yield the floor. I don't know what to tell you right now.
Mm-hmm.
Years ago, I had a rant. I'll never forget it. One of my best segments. Tears running down my eyes and everything. I was pissed. I could do it a lot calmer now, only because I want to go to bed. But I could do it a lot calmer now. You reap the rewards of all the things you did, and now you want to erase the history of the things that you did. You don't get to do that. You don't get to do. I will never get to the point where I don't care enough to allow you to do it. It wasn't too long ago. If y'all remember the story about the plantation, somebody burned down the plantation.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
And oh my God, and it put a lot of people out of work and everything else. And I'm like, you are still reaping the rewards of slavery. Saying plantation, you flat out said slavery. It only happens on plantations. Sorry, it's true. Tell little Timmy that. You reap the rewards of everything you did to this year. To this year.
Mm-hmm.
And you want us to feel sorry for you because your house burnt down? Not happening.
We celebrate that.
Do me a favor. No, I'm not going to celebrate it. I'm just going to look at you.
I will celebrate that house burning down.
Oh, they did. They had people come. Somebody said somebody came out with a gasoline and wouldn't let the anyway.
Mm.
The Widom fans that they were doing the fan.
Oh
dance.
yeah, I do remember that. Somebody came out. Where the fans at? They were trying to blow the. Ooh, our people special. Anyway, my point is, here's the deal. Y'all are a lot of angry individuals because the first thing that popped in my head was we go to the African American Museum that's in Washington, D.C., and all they talked about was slavery. What the fuck did you think they was going to talk about?
Really?
What? Martin Luther King? Muhammad Ali? See
Is
y'all
there?
next week? No.
Is there?
Do me a favor. Look up the history books that y'all didn't erase. How the fuck did we get over here to begin with? We didn't ask. We didn't ask. We was taken. We was brought here to work for free. When we didn't, we was punished. Names changed. Children taken away. Husband and wives put together who didn't even know each other. But because our genetics look really great, we can have great babies, and that means that's more free slavery, labor. And you want to erase that. You don't get to erase that. Diaz had a great segment. I'm too lazy to look it up, but he had a great segment where he went back to the price of land back in 1776 and when slavery started, all the way up to the present time, and it went from hundreds of dollars to millions of dollars now, and it stayed in the same family, or at the very least two families.
Right.
That's you reaping rewards. You do not get to erase that. And I know your tactics because I've been listening to your tactics for the longest time. Listen to this tactic. Maybe this sounds familiar. It happened a long time ago. It happened a long time ago because y'all didn't say shit about it when it was happening.
Right.
And when it was stopped, you wanted to forget it. Well, I can't forget it. I can't forget slavery. I can't forget Jim Crow. I can't forget about the bombing of the, what was it? What was the bus? Mississippi, Massachusetts? The Freedom Fighters bus.
Oh.
The bombing of the Freedom Fighters bus. I can't forget none of those things because you reap rewards from it. Tulsa, Oklahoma. Remember that great day? Not going to forget that day either. All the way up to now. Afro, great line. It ain't even been a fucking year since this dude got in. I haven't even been a year. The hell had he done right? Don't worry, I'll wait. No, I won't. I want to go to bed. But because you don't have anything. I'm tired. And my mental health was almost depleted because of you people. You're not taking that away from me no more. But going back to my original statement of, well, the only thing they talk about in the museum is slavery. Well, here's a great idea. Don't take your little ass in the damn museum. I asked you to be there. You know how many Smithsonian museums is in Washington, D.C.? Take your pick. It ain't got the African American one. But no, you want to go in there and you want to see how lovely America has treated African Americans. And then you realize it was a lie. So instead of manning up and telling the truth how America really treated us, let's embrace history once again. Go fuck yourself.
What I don't understand about this whole stance of this regime is that we have a little thing called the internet. We have people who are talking about this. We have people who are not going to let this this rhetoric go without checking it and saying, here's what actually happened. They don't get to bury history, especially not now.
Well, we can't allow it.
No.
We literally cannot allow stuff like this to constantly keep happening. And if you think, oh my God, just move on. 1776.
1620.
When how? I know you don't know. I know you don't know how to move on. I'm asking you how to move on from it because it doesn't affect you.
I mean, it's so, man, there's a couple of things there. So you know how everyone loves to talk about the Philadelphia move. Tracy was talking about the bombing in Philadelphia, and that was in the 80s. They bombed the Philadelphia neighborhood, and I mean, there's a lot more. It's not always that obvious. I mean, what's happening right now, where you have mass unhousing of people, that's violent. That is violent displacement, as you know, as was the constant moving and displacement of indigenous people, as it has been anytime they've done this gentrification, as it was, during the Civil War, and what was supposed to be ceded land to emancipated Black people that suddenly was taken away after they assassinated Abraham Lincoln. And said, we're not feeling that.
But let me say this real quick, just to bring it back to the present. HBCUs are right now under alert because of what happened to the name we will not say on this show.
Yep.
You just that fact, and I'm gonna let you finish. I just want to say this real quick. But a fact that you just don't want to take for fucking responsibility, that your people would do some shit like this. So you have to blame it. Now, the last situation, which I'm not sure about, it's a rumor. We think the shooter was Jewish.
So what?
Because they now point to the fact that now you're Jewish means you're not white.
Oh, we're back to that.
Yeah, we're back to that. But go ahead, Afra.
Yeah.
Man. Oh, man. That's a whole salon series.
Mm-hmm.
So we're at Civil War, right? Because it's coming back to today, right? So Civil War, you lost. You still haven't let that shit go.
Did they really lose though? Like,
you're a loser. You're fucking loser.
They have. It's such bullshit of how the South was allowed to rise again.
You lost. You fucking lost, and you're still losing. Even when you think you win, you're losing. Then you go back, but then it's like, but I'm talking about how they say, oh, we can just erase it. I'll tell you. So then 1776, like you said, the American Revolution. And just the fact that Black and Indigenous people, Black, brown, Indigenous people are constantly left out of that. You did not get the American Revolution. You did not get separation from the British without Black and brown people and Indigenous people that were expecting to be emancipated through that, through this freedom that the whole country is getting. But then when you go back, the thing that drives me crazy lately is this 1619 date, because that's an erasure. 1619, Everyone loves to quote 1619 and completely misses like 100 over 125 years
Mm-hmm.
of express European colonization of the Americas.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, well, that wasn't, so you're talking about when the British officially came and settled in Virginia and stuff. And so we're only counting from that. No, it doesn't.
No.
You can't just count from that, because there was an entire century worth of laying groundwork that was completely interconnected. The Americas have been and continue to be completely interconnected with their trade. I mean, even today, you saw what happened, that this Cheeto like shot down a boat in Venezuela.
Yeah.
Just what the fuck?
Yeah.
Why? I'm sorry, am I messing up your YouTube cussing? I apologize.
Cuss them all day, okay, whatever.
Sorry, I'm not sorry, but yeah, yeah.
I told you, I literally finished my statement with "go fuck yourself." I don't think I can
Fuck
cuss
yourself.
no worse than that. But anyway, that's
No, seriously. No, but seriously, it's just the thing, the idea that there wasn't interconnected trade and policy things, and it still is right now. Like they were trading people. They were trading people all throughout. All throughout from Philadelphia to Barbados, whatever. And by the way, half of my family is from Barbados, which was like the blueprint for the most harsh treatment of Black and Indigenous people possible. For sugar was the big thing. Sugar and people, and like we think about it, we all have sugar now, but like sugar was bigger than cocaine, was bigger than heroin. It was like the biggest thing, and they would work people to death within a 7-year span. You're in and you're out and you're dead. That's how hard they work people. And that's why it's like, okay, you got to keep having babies. But wait, what are we doing right now? We're restricting women's freedom of their bodies and choice and whatever. You know what I mean? Like, and I can just say personally, I personally, I do not want or want to feel or believe or whatever about, abortion stuff, but I absolutely don't want to control somebody else's ability to make a decision for themselves. I don't want to do that. I'm like, I hate that you even have to be in a position to make such a decision. And it's like, how does that, it all comes back to slavery. Why? Because they want you to have the babies. They don't want you to have the education. They don't want you to have opportunity or work or whatever, so that as they start imposing more and more and more and more and more restriction and more oppression, you're just forced into existing under whatever they say. And they're shipping people to places that they've never even been. They're not from. They're literally doing that right now. Like, when they always telling Black folks to go back to Africa, they're sending Central American. They're talking about sending Central Americans to Africa, work camps. And guess what? The craziest part of all of this is the many European Americans that don't realize that that's how the fuck your people got here.
Right.
Semi-forced migration. Semi-forced migration, because when you criminalize anything and everything, when you criminalize entire families, put them in poorhouse workhouses, and everyone's living on subsistence, and then it's like, okay, yeah, we got too many of y'all here, we have a famine or whatever, we're gonna ship you over to the New World. And then they come here and it's like, oh wow, we can go crazy. Australia, we can really go the fuck crazy. And you hurt people, and you come here and you run amok. And they couldn't stop you from running amok because it was literally nothing but space and opportunity. Okay, the only way we could figure out to do this is all of you folks that got some melanin, you can never be free. I mean, But yeah, no, we didn't get anything for that. But you don't want to talk about it in the one museum that's talking about it. Because if you go across the street, if you just cross 14th Street like this, 14th right here, you just cross here, American History Museum is right there.
Hmm.
Knock yourself out.
You come into the Blacksonian, that's what we call it, right? You come into the Blacksonian, you like, why so much black shit? Because it's a fucking black museum.
Yeah.
My favorite part is always here to go back to Africa. We tried that. Marcus Garvey. We tried to go back. You destroyed the ships. Remember that? Oh, you don't remember that, do you? You know, that was part of history. We tried. We wanted to. we wanted to. You destroyed the ship.
Oh, not just that. Some of us did go back there, but remember the scramble for Africa, which started coincidentally around the same time as slavery is abolished here in the States. It's like, oh wait, we gotta parse up this continent here and take all the shit out of it. Why ship it over there when we can just like just control it directly?
I'm going to move on real quick to the next story because we got to cool down so we can get to bed. But I want y'all to look up Andrew Jackson. Them 40 acres and a mule thing was real. We had it, and he took it away. And he became the most violent damn president this country has ever had up to this fucking point.
Special Field Order number 13.
Yep. Well, if Diaz was on here, boy, we'd be right back to going to bed at 12 o'clock at night. But anyway, let's go ahead and move on. I'm not going to take anybody down because the rest of these are really short, but you just don't give a fuck no more.
Please come forward to the microphone, state your name and address for the record. Mr. Dilly, I started your time.
What? What?
The government don't give a fuck. Neither should we.
Did he really just pop lock to Sierra? Where was that? Was that Colorado?
And by the way, can somebody send me the name of that song? Because that was a nice song.
Oh, that's Sierra. So what? I used to dance to it. I used to so that was a good album.
I'm gonna look that up.
So
I don't know why I like that song.
So what? That's funny. Well, how does he? Sometimes can I just say this? Some folks be aging real bad. Like maybe he was 20s or something when that came out, but he looked like he might not even be 40, but he looks like he's like 60 or 70, but he was pop locking.
Who cares? It just literally just looked like you, the government, is wasting my fucking time. So I'm gonna waste your time too. That's all it really looked like this dude was doing, was saying, you ain't doing shit. I have a right to speak, and I'm gonna use my rights to do rerun and do some pop locking on while I'm sitting here. So, and now that it's over with, I'm gonna peace out. That's all it looked like he just did.
Now that was where was that? Because that's hilarious.
That's the first time I've seen that. I have no idea.
That one.
Look, to be honest with you, I just want to get off this show so I can go listen to that song. That was the best part of that whole damn thing, was the song.
So
But anyway, let's move on to the next. Oh, Anna, did you have anything other than?
No, I'm still on my phone. It's really hard for me to see those things. So go ahead.
But one part of my mental health struggle is really making sure that I make sure I don't watch certain things anymore, especially when it's at night, when right before you go to bed,
Mhm.
that you have to watch what you absorb. That's the word I want to use. Absorb it to your brain before you go to bed.
Yeah.
And I'm going to play a video to give you an example of how you have to be very careful what you absorb into your head, because once it's there, it's
Oh no.
rent free.
Uh-oh.
So you just have to be very,
Oh no.
very
I think I know what
careful.
it is.
You wanna be bad, just just just
Oh man.
I liked it all the way to the last one. The last time he did it, looked like that was staged. The other ones looked like he was just the song just came on and he couldn't help himself.
Mhm.
The last one looked like, let me just do this. Oh, that was so cool. Last video of the night. If you haven't already, please go ahead and hit that like button. I do truly appreciate Afra Sings coming onto the show for the first time. I hope this is not going to be the last time, because we really needed to come on with all the smiles and the giggles and everything else. Anna is back. We are back.
Anna.
Last video of the night. Let's go ahead and get a positive
Happy.
outlook for the rest of the week.
And rising, my black and brown king and queens, and stay woke to everyone in between. It's your girl, mother, sister, Africa. Don't stop, get it. The white man can't hold me down, Johnson. And I just want to let you know that just like the grass is green and the sky is blue, don't let nothing or no one stop you from being you. Just like the praise and worship team, the Isley brothers said it. It's your thing. Do what you want to do. Because, baby, I can't tell you who to sock it to. And that's the truth.
What?
It's your thing. Do what you want to do.
I can't tell you who to sock it to.
How
Oh,
to do-
The earrings. Oh my god. That was what was her whole name? Something.
Something, mother, sister. That's what got me. Mother,
Mother,
sister.
sister.
She was the whole family. Mother, sister, sock it to me, or something that she was saying. Wait a minute, hold on.
I heard Johnson at the end.
Hold on. I don't know why I keep saying
And
that.
rising, my black and brown king and queens, and stay woke to everyone in between. It's your girl, mother, sister, Africa. Don't stop, get it. The white man can't hold me down, Johnson. And I just want to let
Yes, the earrings are the thing. Like what?
Mother, sister, Africa, don't stop.
Africa, don't
Get
stop.
White man.
The white man can't hold me down.
Johnson.
You say trace the earring. Yeah.
They
Yeah.
check on every episode that she does.
Oh wow, do it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow.
She says it every video.
She said she changes the earrings every video.
Oh my god. No, those what how does she make the it's like shrubbery earrings.
Africa.
I don't even think they got
I told you where she from. Africa.
oh
All
my
right, I have to lie because I want to play these two more videos because I think Africa deserved them. One, Rapping 2070. One of my favorite
Oh,
videos.
no.
I mean, Richie Work Boss Rich. You already know. Look, Look, meow 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 meow. 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 Meow 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 meow. I'm a meow 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 meow. My mom, the meow meow, my mama, my mama, my mama, my mama, my mama. Oh, I did it.
Minute. Do, 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 do.
I just like the part where he really thought he was going off because he just said and over and over again, like rappers, you know how they have that very, very long rhythm. And he really thought he was doing something. Bro, you're not saying nothing. You're not saying anything. The reason I want to play that. The reason I want to play that video is one, somebody recently told me, you know, the first one was a cat, the second one was a dog. I had no idea. I just thought it was I just thought that was terrible. I never paid attention to it. I never thought of it like that. Just this is
meow 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 meow, and then the roof. You really didn't get that? Okay.
Because I had the worst. I ain't even gonna say my generation. I just came into a situation of mumble rap, and that's the worst rap we've ever had. Mm-hmm. And I'm so used to people saying things and then making a real word at the end and thinking that was a sentence. I was just used to that. Oh, you never heard of mumble rap? Yeah, and then a car, and then too far, and then too God, and then far.
Wait, you had a whole movement for it too.
Yeah. Wow.
Now.
That's not rap. I have no idea what the hell you just said. I don't even know what the subject you on.
There are a lot of songs. I don't know what they've said. Like, there's a whole big thing of what you think the lyrics were versus what they actually are. Like, that's not new.
There was words.
Prepositions and similes and hyphenations. I don't know what you're talking about. It's tarnation. I'm just going to say a whole bunch of grammar words until I stop.
Yeah, big words. To assimilate, to behiminate, to eliminate, but to hinate, to the Himalayas. Somebody got a dictionary for Christmas. I got you, bro. Cool. Last video tonight. Please go ahead and hit that like button if you haven't already. Afra, it is so nice for us to all be together because I have to do it to my sister. Have to do it to my sister. One of my favorite videos. Stalker much. Ooh, we going to the last video of the night. Should we take this as a beautiful moment, or should we run?
Hey, I just want to say that if I lose you in this lifetime, that I'll find you in every lifetime. And that's a threat. Because where the hell you think you going? You think you're just going to leave me here by myself? Nope. You know too much. And more importantly, I know too much about you. Sorry, bro. That's what you signed up for when you said ride or die. It's not my fault you didn't see the asterisk sign on die. We're going to have our own show on Lifetime. We're going to have renewed seasons and reruns. Suck it up, Buttercup.
Stalker much.
Okay.
I know you get me every time.
One of Foxy's favorite videos. She's over here laughing now.
I can hear.
There's one of her favorite videos?
I can't. I wait. Oh, now I'm actually on here. I can tell you. I think I've typed it into you guys. But that when I got onto the dating apps when I came out of being single and it was on apps for her first time, and that guy was one of my matches. Clearly, it was.
Wow.
Clearly, it was somebody using, what do you call it? Like, what do you call those? Catfishing.
Oh.
But the thing is, you can't scam me. You cannot scam me. I got all, like, I just be ready. I just don't take anything seriously. And so I was just like, come on. And so when I saw that, I was like, oh, that's hilarious. You gotta be kidding me. Like, this guy is, I guess he's is he an influencer or something like that?
Yeah, I think so.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah, like, come on. Give me a break.
Hold on 1 second. So you enjoy yourself over there?
Yeah.
Okay. One more, guys, and we are out of here. Just
hey, Foxy.
What's up with Foxy? Hey, honey.
This is just for Foxy. Anna, you are one of her favorite videos. But you always going to be her second favorite video.
That's okay.
Her first favorite video.
Please enter in the last 4 digits of your social security number.
Representative.
Please enter in the last 4 digits of your...
Representative.
Then you only got about $2. Shut up. $2. Jamal Anderson III. $2.27. That's what you got right now. Representative. What you need them for? You need them for $2? You need a representative for $2?
Oh my god.
And will always go down as her favorite video.
Please enter the numbers now.
But I ain't even gonna lie. What do you need a representative for?
To pull money out somewhere.
Oh, bruh, you need at least 10. No, I'm about to say $10 to get out of the ATM. That's not even true because you gotta have more than $10.
Yeah.
You gotta be lucky for $10.50 and hope that covers the fee.
I'm about to be dude asking for the representative with $2 in there because I have one account that I specifically kept just so I can get the records for litigation. So I'm be calling representative. If that message come on, I'm gonna record it and send it to you.
You can send me anything. radtp@outlook.com. You can send it all to me. Apparently, Tracy been sitting around with a mafia video of the week, been ready to send it to me for the longest time. So who knows what we finna get there. So yeah. In a way, we are back. Afra, tell everybody where they can find you.
You can find me at Afra Sings on all the social platforms, especially on Instagram.
Anna?
You can find me at BoreliaEtc.com, Borelia etc. for YouTube, Instagram, all the places as well. TikTok.
YouTube as well.
All right. And also don't forget that Kim Foxy Gma is now on YouTube. She is starting a new channel for positive things, everything that we are not. So please go and support her on her show. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a long time since I've said this. Feels so good. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, non-conforming individuals, and of course,
I'm assuming you're LGBTQ until you...
I appreciate Theas. I appreciate Afra. I appreciate Anna. And until next time, we will see you when we see you. Peace.